turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. A nice little juke. And some room to maneuver. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there out of the running game. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game. And I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
They run again on first down. Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Ross looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Ross now throwing on first down. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Ross. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have a look at it, 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Off the bootleg. Ross. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. fourth touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Colts 0.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Looking for Campbell downfield. Touchdown, Colts! Here's Campbell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are coming off the game last week, which a very interesting game, and Charles, ultimately it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught by Thielen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, It's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Khari Willis there to bring him down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw is Ross. To throw on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. He's at the 50. 30. 10. 5. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ross. Smith with a first down and more. And finally brought down at the 38.
Come on now, let's go. But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cook running right. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Ross. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Ross. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Looking to throw. Ross. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the deep. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Ross, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. On the move to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Line 55, line 55. Hey, eat. Touchdown, defense. Check 15, check 15. Stay wide, man.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Off play action. Ross. Forced out to his left. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. So he stopped for no gain.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give him a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
8 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Ross. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Second and 8 coming up. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Ross from the gun on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Operating from the gun, Ross. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Left side, Doyle with it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Play action now. Bridgewater. Touchdown! It's complete. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. This one brought in by Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Ross. Complete. Smith has it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Ross. Complete. Jefferson the target. Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw again. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Bridgewater on first down. Buying time to his left. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking deep for Hilton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Cook running on first down, but this defense up to the task there as they stop him before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1 officially.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ross. This is Smith with a grab.
Ross's pass complete to Traquan Smith. A big gain on the play, but it's 3rd down.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First down, Vikings.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake, Ross. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ross. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Ross, looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll dump this off to Cook. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Ross now from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Touchdown. Traquan Smith. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Man, that's trash.
On the sneak, it's Bridgewater. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They go play action here on first down. Lets it fly for Thielen. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Second down, another run with Taylor. And some space here. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 76 yards. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On second down, Cook. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
At the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the point after try for Santos. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Vikings 40, Colts 28. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
O'Donnell set to kick off.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 29.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the Vikings 38-yard line.
2nd and 11. To throw is Bridgewater. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, it's Madison. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now a give to Madison, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's Madison getting it again on second. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Going to run with Madison again. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Here's Madison. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. He's got Jack Doyle, and they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Bridgewater's throw complete here to Doyle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On first and 10, Bridgewater. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Bridgewater. And it'll be intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will. This ball game is now officially over.